Good morning, students. Today we'll take a IPL match CSV file and we'll try to do some of the pre-processing on that, and we'll try to solve some of the questions related to that, how I can fetch the data from different CSV files. Okay, so we are taking a IPL match data set. This we are having two CSV files. One is for IPL match and another for delivery data. So we need these two data set if I want to know that about the different matches and the deliveries done by the different IPL team. So this data set is containing information about each match, while the delivery data set is containing ball by ball data of each match, we can say. So what we are going to do here is, first of all, we are trying to load both the data set, and then if it is required, we will do some of the pre-processing of the data, where we will look into the data, and if there are some missing values and all, we can handle those missing values. And if we need some group by or aggregation function, we'll apply group by and aggregation function on top of it. And if we are having certain queries which is related to the both the CSV files, so we have to merge the data set for the analysis purpose. So this is overall overview what we're going to do. So first of all, as we are working with the numpys and pandas, so we are importing numpy and panda here so that I can play with my CSV file. Now, first of all, I have to read both the CSV files. So my CSV file is available in a folder. So I'm giving the path of that folder and I'm reading that CSV file using pandas, and I'm storing that CSV file into a variable match. And when I'm displaying this, it is showing the different columns which are available in my CSV file. So these are the some columns like ID, season, city, date, match type, player of match, and all these information are available in match file. Same way, I have to read the another CSV file, which is delivery file, which is consisting of ball to ball, ball by ball data of every match. So I want to read that particular file also. So I'm reading that file again using pandas. So I read the file and I want to display the first 5 line of my CSV file. So I'm using here delivery.head, and it is displaying the first 5 lines. So you can see here these are the columns which are present in my CSV file, which is match ID, inning, batting team, bowling team, and so on. So these are the two data set which we are using here. Now I want to display the first 5 rows of my match data set also. So just I've written match dot head of 5. What do you write here? Any value, it will give the first 5 value. If you're writing head only, it will give first 5 value. If you're specifying some values, so it will give, suppose I've written here 10, so it will give first 10 values from the beginning. Okay. So this is about displaying the data on your screen. Now I want to know more about my data set, that how many columns are present in my data set, what is the data type of those columns, and all the information. So we have a simple function with the map info. So I'm using here info function for match data set or match file. So I'm using match.info. So it's giving me the information that how many columns are present in my data set, how much memory uses are there, what are the different data types of that particular data. So all information it is providing me. Now I want to print my data set on the screen. So just simply we are using print of data set name, which is match here. So it is displaying all the values which are present in my data set. Clear? So this we have done already, no need to explain again. Now I am using another function which we'll calling it as describe function. So if you want to count your values, or if you want to find the minimum standard deviation, mean standard deviation, minimum or maximum, or 25% of your data, 50% of your data. So all these things, if you want to find, you are having a simple function with the name describe, and you can apply on top of it, and you will get all these value within a second, because this function itself is providing me all these values which are count, mean, standard deviation, mean, 25% of your data, 50, 75%, as well as max of my data. Okay, so this is the usage of describe function. Now we have another function with the name of shape. So if I want to know that how many rows and columns are available in my data set in my CSV file, I'm using a simple function with the name shape. So it will give me the shape of my data set. So I have 1024 rows and 20 columns are available. If I want to only know what are the different columns in my available in my data set, I'll write here dot columns, match dot columns, my data set name dot column. So it will give the different columns which are present in my data set. Now I want to know that is there any null value is available or not for every column. So I'll use it is NA. dot any. If any null value is available, it will give me true. If not, then it will give me false. So id is not having any null value, season is not having any null value, so it is having some null value, so it's giving true. So in that way it is giving me the result. So what is the data type of this function? What kind of value it is going to return? It is going to return boolean value, means either it will give me true or false. Okay, so that is the usage of this particular function. Now I want to know that how many values are null in my data set or in a particular column, and I want to do the sum of that. So I'm calculating null is null and what is the sum in that particular column. Column wise I want to do. So you can see ID there is no null value. Season again there is no null value, but in city column we have 51 null value. So I can get the uh, insight of my data set that where I'm having null values and how many null values are available in that. So if we have more number of null values in a particular column, so there is no need of keeping that column for further investigation. So we have to remove that particular column or we have to find the solution that how I can deal with the null values. So that decision we can take using this particular function. Fine. Now I want to know that number of unique values in particular column. So you can see here for ID we have all the unique values because it's a unique identifier for my particular row. The same way season, total 16 seasons we have played in 35 different cities we have played, and there are total 762 dates are available. Like this you can get the unique values which are present in my data set. Okay, so these are the some basic information which I'm trying to get from my data set using different functions which are available in NumPy, okay, or pandas. Now this I want to perform some operation. What I'm trying to do, I want to I want to group my data using match ID and inning, and finally I want to perform the sum of total runs. I want to do this. So we have a simple function with the name group by. So it will group by your data with using match ID and inning, and finally it will sum the total runs as per the match ID and inning, and you will get the final results. Clear? Now and after this I want to reset the index. Okay, after performing this task, whatever we have done here, on top of it I want to reset the index of it. So if I want to reset the index, I'm using a function, simple function, which is called dot reset dot underscore index. So it will reset the index here. So you can see here the index has been reset and you are getting the new index here. Clear? So this is about the reset of indexing. Now I want to perform some other operation, like I want to know that I want to a total score of matches where ending is equal to 1, where first you have taken bowling. For that I want a total score. So what I'm using a total score of DF, and I'm using a condition here where my inning is equal to 1. So wherever my inning is equal to 1, I want a total score. So I'm applying this and it is giving me the total score result. Clear? Now, the next is what we are trying to do. The next what we are trying to do, I want to merge two different data sets. I have two data, two CSV file. One is match CSV file, another is DSP delivery CSV file. So what I have to do, I want to combine these two data sets. So to combine two different data sets or different CSV file, I should have something common. There should be some unique value which is common between both. So primary, you heard, studied about DBMS. Whenever I want to combine two tables, I have a primary key, and that primary key will become foreign key of other column. The same concept we are having here. So here we are having ID, match ID is common in both the tables. So from the left side of the table I am taking match ID, and from the right side of the table I am taking match ID. Both are same, the naming convention is different, and I am performing merge. I am merging both the tables, both the CSV file, using the match ID. Okay, and what is my what I want, using what, match ID and total run. So I'm applying this and I'm getting the final result. So you can merge two tables if any column is common between these two tables, then merging is possible. You can combine two tables for your analysis purpose. Clear? Now, I want to know that what are the unique values of my team 1. Okay. So what are the different teams, or we can say what are the different teams who are playing IPL. So I want to know this. So just I'll writing here team 1 dot unique. So it is giving me all the IPL teams which are available. So unique values it is giving me. So this is a basic pre-processing which we can say that we are applying on the data set. Now there are certain questions we can solve the certain questions or certain problems on the same CSV file. So suppose first one is which team has won the most matches in the history of IPL. I want to know that who won the most of the matches in the IPL history. So if I want to know this, first of all, what I have to do? I have to read my CSV file, which is giving me match information. So I'm reading that CSV file first of all. Fine. Now I want to count the number of wins for each team. If I count the number of wins for each team, I can find the highest winning team. Okay, so I have to count. So I have to count. For that, I'm using match underscore df. From that data set, I want to count the winner. Okay, from winner column, I want to count the values, and finally, I want to keep value in wins underscore count. And I want to get after win count, I got the count for every team. Now from every team, I want the highest winning team. Highest winning team means I want maximum. So I have to apply what? Wins underscore count dot ID max. I want the ID of the team which win the highest matches. So I got that and I'm keeping that value in this particular variable. And finally, I'm printing that result. So it's giving me that Mumbai Indians have won highest matches in the IPL. Clear? So I hope it is clear to you that how it's working. Now the next question is, what is the average score posted by team batting first in the IPL match? I want to know the average score where team is doing first batting. Okay, not bowling. For that team who is doing batting, I want to know the average score. So first of all, the same thing. I have to import the Panda libraries as usual. Then I have to load my data set that I know already. Now I have to do the filtration. So what is my filter here? So I have to apply a filter that I want who have done batting first. So batting is represented by it is represented by inning. So inning value is 1 means the team is doing batting first. If it is an inning value is 2, it means team is doing bowling first. So I want to count where inning is equal to 1. So I'm applying the same on my data set match underscore df data set, and where the column is inning and the value is equal to 1. If value is equal to 1, that should enter into this. So I'll count this one. So it will filter the values where my inning is equal to 1. And for that, where inning is equal to 1, I want to calculate the average score. So I want to calculate the average score of this value. So I'm taking this value, batting underscore first underscore df, using total runs. Okay. And mean of that. So I found the total run of that and storing the result into average score variable. And finally, I'm printing the result that average score posted by a team who is batting first. So average score is what? 1.33 is the average score who is doing batting first. Clear? So I hope it is clear to you that how it is working. Now, how many matches have ended in a tie or a draw in an IPL history? I want to know that how many matches are tied or how many matches were draw in the history of IPL. So I want to know this. So matches informations are available in match file. I know, so I'm reading that particular file. Now I have to count that how many matches are ending with the runs with the ended with the tie or a draw. So I have to get that result. So that particular value is present in which column? Result column. So I'm reading from my match underscore df. What I'm reading? I'm reading a column where is result, where the result is what? Either it is a tie or result is draw, and I'm storing that result into a variable tie or draw matches. And finally, I want to calculate the length of that. So I calculate the length and I'm keeping the length into this particular variable, and finally I'm displaying the result. So these are the total matches which are ended with tie or draw in the IPL history, which is 14. So clear? Now the next question is here, list out tie or draw matches in a IPL history. It was how many matches we were seeing in this question. Now I want to list out the matches who are tied or draw. So earlier we were just giving the count. Now I want to display the detail about that. So nothing will change. Everything will remain same till this point. Okay, so everything is same. The difference will be at this particular position where we are saying I want to print the details of tie or draw matches. So I want to print that. So I want to know that which season, which team, venue, and the result. So I want to display all these things. So it will display me that these are the matches who are tied or draw. Clear? Now the next question, it is asking me that how has the average run rate in IPL match evolved over the years. Now I want to know that how has the average run rate in IPL matches evolved the year. So you just try to solve this question with your own and try to understand that how it's working. Clear? There are some other questions like which team has the best overall win-loss record in IPL matches played over home, away from the home. So I want to calculate that which team has the best overall win-loss record, the team who played away from the home, not in their hometown home team. Like Mumbai is not playing in the Mumbai, still it's winning. Win or loss record, I want to calculate. So this we can do. Okay. So just it's a simple. We are reading a CSV file, match CSV file. Now I want to filter the matches where team played away from home because this is my filter. I want to find the win and loss record only for the teams who played away from the home. So I have to apply that filter. So I'm applying that filter and I'm saying match underscore df and team 1 is not equal to the match df of winner. Whatever team is the team is there, it should not be the winning team. So I'm calculating that and then I'm counting the number of matches won by each team. So I'm calculating that away match df I'm using and I'm calculating the winner team who have won the matches. And finally, what I'm calculating the number of away matches played by each team. So I have to calculate this. So for that I'm using away match underscore df for which team? Team 1, and I have to count plus I have to count the same for team 2 for that value, and finally I'm keeping value into this. Clear? Now I have to calculate the win-loss record. So for calculating the win-loss record, what is my formula? I have to use this count. I have to use the count which is depicting me count the number of matches won by each team divided by the count of total number of matches away matches played by each team. So I will find what win loss record. I'll find the ratio and I'll find the team with the best overall win loss record. So win loss record, I am keeping that particular team value and keeping in the result in best team, and finally I'm displaying that best team value. So the best team who played away win loss record is having highest win loss record away from the home is what? The Rising Pune Super Giant is the having highest win loss record till now. Okay, so this is about the win-loss record of in IPL matches who played away from home. The same way, the last question is we want to know the player with the highest batting average in the IPL. I want to know who is having highest batting average. So what I have to do? Again, I have to read my CSV file, delivery CSV file because it is having ball by ball information of every match. So I'm reading that particular file. Now I have to calculate the total runs scored by every batsman because then only I can find the best batsman. Yes. So I have to find I have to find calculate the total runs scored by every batsman. So I'm grouping the data as per the batters and batsmen. Okay, and I'm doing the sum of that and I'm keeping the result in total runs. Now I have to calculate the total inning played by each batsman. So I have to calculate that only. Then only I can find the best batsman. Okay, so I have to check the total inning also. So I have to find the total inning. So I am grouping my data again using batter and match ID and I'm finding the unique value. And finally, I'm calculating the batting average of each batsman, which is nothing but what? Total runs divided by total innings. So you will get the batting average of each batsman. Now you have to filter out with less than 50 innings. I want to filter out with less than 50 innings. So I'll just use a comparison function here. So my result is in batting average and I want to say that the total inning should be what? Greater than 50. I want only those values. Okay. So I am filtering the values out the values where player have less than 50 innings. Okay, now I'm finding the player with the highest batting average. So I got the result into this and I want to find the player which is having highest batting average. So I'm just using this and I'm writing qualified underscore player dot. I'm finding the ID max. So it will give me the maximum value out of it. And then finally I get the batting average of the player with the highest average. So I'll get the highest average using the max function. And finally, I'm printing the results. I'm printing the player with highest batting average in the IPL, where minimum we have 50 innings. I'm printing the result, and I'm printing the batting average, total batting average, highest batting average, which is which we are having in batting average variable. So it's giving me the result. Player with highest batting average in IPL is KL Rahul, and his batting average is what, 38.60. So this is the way how you can get the different information using numpys and pandas. You can apply different what we can say, different merge operations and all. You can group by your data, you can do the aggregation, and whenever it is required, you can do the merging of two different data set and you can get the result out of it. So this is also possible using NumPy and Pandas. I hope it is clear to you. Thank you.